Today is the full moon in Taurus, so happy full moon. And there is a lot going on at the moment. So the Taurus energy really governs our core values. Fundamentally, it's about our identity. So today we're going to explore exactly what this means for you. So welcome everyone, my name's Luna Marie, I am the spiritual warrior. Lovely to have you on board. Thank you for all my wonderful loves and likes, and for my followers, and if you're new to the channel, then welcome. So today we are going to be using the Warrior of Love Tarot and Rise of the Warrior Oracle. Both of these are my decks. So let's explore the full moon in Taurus a little bit more. You know, the ball of the sky, it's kind of patient and practical until the ground underneath starts to shatter. So if you don't allow yourself to slow down at this moment in time to recharge your batteries, especially if you're feeling depleted, you're gonna really feel the kind of rage that sits underneath that. So the full moon, of course, amplifies anything, and that goes on the underneath surface as well. So anything you're trying to keep in, wounds, anything from the past, anything from the present, is also going to be more heightened inside you. So it's really important at this time to give yourself some time, allow the emotions to come up, and allow yourself to feel the emotions. We're moving into next week and we get hit with a really big week. We move into our Sagittarius season. So happy birthday to all my fellow Saggies. And of course, on the 19th, next Tuesday, Pluto goes into the Aquarius sign. And it stays there for a solid 2 decades. But I'm going to do a video on that later so we can have a deeper look into what that's going to mean for everybody as we move into 2025. So really what is happening with the Taurus full moon, this is really our compass for what we're going into in 2025. So let's have a look and see what we get. Okay, let's start with the moon deck and see what we've got going on for the full moon in Taurus. What does Spirit, what do we need to know? What is it we need to know about this full moon? Okay, I'm definitely sticking out. Oh, work through your fears. The new moon in Scorpio. What else? Whoa. What else? Oh, the new moon in Taurus. I love it when Taurus energy comes up in the reading when we're entering that moon, whether it's a full moon or a new moon. It just shows that the energies are really in and around, and we've got a fiery climax approaches the full moon in Aries. Interesting. So of course the Taurus is ruled by the planet of Venus as well. So this really does look at our own identity, you know, how people treat us, how we feel that we're seen. There can be shifts in groups and jobs, and even moving to different places, different countries even, I'm hearing. So, you know, anything that comes up, this Taurus full moon will heighten any emotions that are going. Can you hear that in my throat chakra that's just gone? And also Taurus governs the throat chakra, which is really, really interesting as well. Just having a slurp of my coffee. And I feel like it's going to bring up a lot, especially with this fiery climax approaches with the Aries. It just feels like there's stuff bubbling up, and that it's time for things to sort of come up and let go of the surface. You know, remember that when we keep in emotions, it's not good for our body. If we're doing it physically, it means you're not doing it emotionally. So that's a really good way to look at your body, see what's going on. Do you have any symptoms? Do you feel tired? What's going on? That means that there is emotional aspects to be released, and that's really important. With this prosperity lies ahead, and what I'm getting with this is actually prosperity of the heart area. Look at all this green that sits behind this Taurus on this card, and for me this really feels like it's prosperity of the heart. What I mean by that is that more abundance of the heart. It's like finding groups where you really fit in, finding groups that you just kind of click, finding people that you click with. Some of this is going to be romance, some of it's just going to be lovely soul sisters and brothers that you're just going to integrate with and just have a wonderful time. You know, when there's change, and we've definitely got change coming in this week and next, it always brings up fear. That's why we have change. That's why, you know, when we move, what they're showing me is from sort of babies into children, into teenagers, you know, and then into young adults and old adults, depending on where you are in that timeline. You know, we change and grow. Our thought processes change and grow. How we want to be viewed changes and grows. Everything. And with that brings up fear. It's the unknown, but the unknown is always good. So I'm just going to pull a few cards on top of this to see what else it is we need to know. So this full moon in Taurus, and literally where I'm feeling the main energy within my chakras is in my heart center up into my throat center. And you can hear my throat is quite raspy this morning. And I feel like that is just tuning into the energy of Taurus. You know, it's very much what they give me. You're just not going to deal with people's BS. You're just not. No, sir. It's just not going to happen. You're going to say what you need to say. And that's fine. You know, that's, I feel like that's a growth step for you. Okay, what else? Okay, we have balance, alignment, number 43, which goes into the number 7. We've got our storm warning, responding, not reacting, 35, that goes into the number 8. Do you know, I knew this was going to happen because we've got a 7, 8, and now we've got a 9. This is the progression: surrender, choose to be free. And then we've got the joys of spring, new beginning, lovely, which is also a number 7 again, lessons, mastery, learn, understanding. Oh my God, I love this. This is just so lovely. So we have got progression. So through your fears, you're going to open your heart. You're going to step into your energy of who you are, who you want to be, and being okay with that. And, you know, what I'm also being drawn to with this Aries card here. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's like it takes the lead. It's a forceful sign. It, you know, it knows what it knows. It loves to be number one. It's like, and what's number one? It's new beginnings, new starts, new understanding. This is me, and just get lost, the rest of you, which is not actually what they said, but that's my translation. So when we go into this as well, we've got our balance, you know, really spend some time working on yourself in this lead up to the end of the year is what they're showing me. There's a significant 6-week period. So where are we? And I'm not sure where that takes us up to, kind of like the second week. So yeah, that's I would think that's going to be towards the end of December. There's something about a 6-week period. So I'm filming this today. What is it? The 15th, full moon in Taurus. So whenever you get this reading or whenever you come across it, my readings are supposed to be timeless. There will always be something that is a message in there for you. Another thing that you can do is just move the cursor along to any point in the reading, and just when you feel it's to stop, that can be a really personal message in from your guides of an area that you really need to work on. So I'm being really drawn to the bottom 2 chakras, so our root chakra and our sacral chakra. So there is the need to ground your energy down, and of course we've got Taurus, this lovely kind of earthy energy of the Taurus, and that's why those 2 chakras are coming up, is that time of helping, allowing the energy to help you. You know, when you're working with the energy, when you're working with Taurian energy, it is about your root grounding. It's about, you know, how you our fundamental core values. You know, the core, it's our center, it's the bottom part of the chakras that we're going to be feeling and going to be want to aligning. I feel like, you know, be outside as this fire approaches. It may be bringing up a few ripples in the sky. It may be bringing up a few ripples in your life, but that's okay. As ripples come in, they are supposed to be sorted, and it's okay for that, for a fiery kind of climax. It doesn't mean to say that needs to be disrespectful, that it needs to be shouting, it needs to be this. You can explain your feelings in just a firm manner. So, you know, this card is about responding, not reacting. And that is about getting control of your emotions, not allowing the ego to take over. And it does at times. It does for everybody. It's just the way it is. That's all part of our growth. It's all part of our learning. We're not supposed to be perfect. You know, for me, my understanding is that, you know, when we become a so-called perfect, that's our time and we're off this planet. So, you know, everything is a journey right up until the end. There's always somebody that knows more than you. There's always somebody that you can learn something from. So, you know, bear that in mind. And also surrender. So when you find balance, when you speak your truth, when you sit into your truth, even if it causes ripples, if somebody doesn't like what you're saying, that's okay. Surrender to the process. It's like be free with who you are is what I'm getting. And what that is going to bring in is this wonderful new beginning for you. And that feels really quite exciting and abundant. It feels abundant, not just in a financial sense, but in a sense of how you feel, you know, just everything that's happening in and around your world. And actually what they're showing me, it is a bit of a whirlwind. It's not like a tornado or anything that's destructive. It's just like this swirly kind of wave of a wind that's kind of picking you up, moving you forward. If you've got a little bit stagnant, or you feel that things haven't been happening, or everything's a little bit difficult to move forward. And I've certainly noticed that. It's been kind of one thing after another into getting certain things to move forward. So sometimes when that happens, you just need to sit back, relax, surrender to the process, and just see where that takes you, and then what comes forward in and around that time. Remember, when your guides are communicating with you, it's not always immediate. You don't always immediately get that download. You don't always immediately get that message. Sometimes it's delayed, but you know, when you are tuned in to your own vibration, to the vibration of your higher self, that's when you understand what it is that's going on. Okay, so on the back of that, let us do, I think we might do a little spread today. Okay, so let's have a look. So what are the general messages in and around this full moon in Taurus? What are the general messages? 5 of Wands. 5's always associated with change. Absolutely. I'm going to pull all the cards, yeah? And what's influencing this change? What is influencing this? Okay, that's too many. What is influencing that change? Just one, please. What is influencing? Three of Swords, the pain, heartache, feelings, emotions, yeah? Whoa. Okay, again, I'm going to put those back in. What is it we need to focus on? Oh, what's the reason for the reading? Okay. I'm going to take these, okay? I'm going to take these. What's the past energy? Full new beginning. What sits above you? What's on your mind? Lovers. So lovers is not always love. It's also about choices. Near future. Okay, look at all these cups energy coming in. Hopes and fears. Okay, interesting. So there's certainly flow in where we're going. Bottom of the deck, we've got the sun. Love that. So what I'm hearing from my guides is, even if it gets a little bit unsettled, sit in your heart energy, sit in the warmth, embrace yourself in that lovely gold energy, focus on everything good, focus on it already happening, that it's turned out the way in a positive light, and that's really, really going to help you. You know, the sun, it is our masculine energy. We've got the divine masculine, the emperor energy also here. And the whole essence of this is about rebirth. It's about positive reunion, if you like, fun, success, happiness, truth, joy, liberation, you know, all those things, which is kind of about what we're talking about with this Taurian energy of what are our core values, what is it we want, what is it we want going into 2025. I feel all that essence is really, really important. Okay, so let's have a look and let's break this down. So what have we got? What's the heart of the matter? What's the general messages within this? There's the throat chakra coming up again. Just gonna do some spray. So it's about, what are you butting heads with? Who is in your world? Who is in your environment? They're showing me. Okay, that's what the swirling wind was. It's very much in picking up the debris, interesting terminology, picking up the debris so it can be taken away. So this is really a cleansing process for you. I would really look at maybe looking at a cleanse in these next 6 weeks, taking out all the rubbish, but not only externally, also internally, what you're putting into your body. Fill yourself up with the nutrients that you need. You know, this is mind, body, spirit. Sometimes we forget that going into a spiritual understanding is what we feed our body is also very, very important. Who we know, how we develop in who we are is also very important. The mind aspect, and then creating to a higher source is the spiritual aspect. And that's why the three prongs also really fit. This is why in my logo I have the triangle, you know, because it's those three essences of who we are. So, you know, you may be coming into battle with people. It may not be as much as battle, but there may be disagreements. There may be different thought processes. I mean, look at the world arena in how much we segregate our thought process. It's much more about them and us. I believe in that. I don't believe in that. That's misinformation. That's that. It's like you have to take a side. And within this Pluto coming into Aquarius, that really works on changes, community, group ruling. This is about uniting the collective. So you may have differences of opinions. Look how we've got the two different colors. I'm not going to get into that, but wherever your intuition takes you and what the relevance as that's been on the World Forum at the moment, fundamentally we just want a good life. And yes, sometimes we see that in different aspects, in different ways, but we can still live next to somebody, live with somebody, and have differences of opinions and have debate and agree to disagree without there being storm warnings. Okay, so what is influencing? So what's crossing this? So with this, it's like, what is the positive and what is the negative of these fallouts? Well, the negative is obviously that it's hurtful. It hurts your feelings. It hurts your heart. You feel like you've been stabbed in the chest. You know, with this Three of Swords, what's the interesting with this, and this is really how I work with my cards and my guides. I'm not a traditional tarot reader. It's like the tarot open up for me. So if you are interested in learning intuitive tarot, so not by memory of 78 cards in the upright and the reverse, which is almost impossible anyhow, unless you've been doing it for years and years and years and you do it loads, do have a look at my courses, because I'm running a Learn Tarot course on starts towards the end of January 2025. It's going to be a great course. Lots and lots of information, and it's live. I only ever teach live. We do stuff in the background, but yeah, it's a live interactive course, so you really get an understanding of everything. So anyhow, I went off on a tangent. Where I go with this is that the pain has actually gone to the head level. This is the swords energy. So for me, when I'm getting this pulling in, it's like, yes, it's been painful and yes, it's hurt, but if you sit with it and you go round and round and round with it in your head, analysing it, trying to figure out why this happened, trying to figure out what you did wrong, trying to figure out how you could change it, blah, 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 blah. It's almost like this white noise, and it keeps you in this state of pain. Now, that's a negative approach and I'm not saying it's easy to flip this in a positive, and it's also a process, but I do feel that you can use your pain as your power, is what my guides are saying to me. You know, when you feel ready to turn this on this head, and this really is a very much of a F you energy, and using that to, right, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to look after me. I'm going to use this time to focus on me. I'm not going to be around people like you, that treat me like you, and neither should you. And it's okay to step away from people. And even if that's just how you feel in this moment of time, it doesn't mean to say that that's set in stone, and I feel like I need to say that as well. So, you know, this card for me, it's really on what underpins it, on the negative and the positive aspect as well. Okay, what's the reason for the reading? Okay, lots of things, lots of energy. But this, again, for me, the Five of Wands, Five of Swords, it's a little bit of a similar energy, but it's disagreements. It's not seeing things the same. It's being quite rigid in your thinking of this black and white. Now, the Emperor is a great divine masculine energy. It is a great energy of moving forward. But the Emperor can also be quite stoic. It can be quite stubborn. And that's the energy that I'm picking up of. It's like, I'm not even looking at you. This is the way I'm going. Interesting as well. Oh my God, this throat energy keeps getting me, the Taurus. But interesting as well, remember that we had the Aries energy as well, which is ruled, sits in the Emperor ruling sign. And, you know, the fiery climax approach, and that's the energy that I'm getting. It's a bit like it's my way or the highway, or certainly there's an energy of just stubbornness. I mean, we've got the Bull, haven't we? It's the Taurus, you know, renowned for a little bit of a stubbornness and moving forward in the way that they want to. So there is this, stop seeing it as black and white. There's many levels of grey within this, and it's important that you look at this, because otherwise what this is going to do is going to cause divide. And this is the reason for the reading. This is why all the cards fell out in that area. Okay, I also feel, because my throat chakra is going crazy, that there's lots that you're not saying. If you don't want to say this to a person, scream into a cushion, go punch a boxing bag, go into your house and just scream, you know, do something to get out that vibration, because it's really stuck in your throat chakra at the moment. Or stuck in mine. Someone just whispered in my ear. Oh, excuse me. It's almost like I had to clear that out. You know, everything happens for a reason. Bear with me. Something definitely stuck there for sure. Okay. All right, let's process that a little bit. Okay, what's happened in the past? We've got the Fool card. So I feel with this current situation, in where your energy is at, that you took a leap of faith. You took a leap of faith. I am getting, for a large percentage of you, this could be around a person. It's not necessarily love, but certainly around a relationship, or you've stuck your neck out. Just show me a giraffe. You've stuck your neck out for this person, and you've really had their back. And I feel like, you know, sort of took a leap of faith with them. And what you've seen is what you were not expecting. That's the energy that I'm getting. You will learn from this. You will transform from this. I mean, look at all the butterflies that's holding him up. I feel like actually that's angels that are holding you up. I feel like you've got big teams in and around you. It's definitely angels, because I'm just feeling the energy now. So it's really quite lovely. And they're just enwrapping you in this very pink, vibrant, a little bit like this colour. Smoke. I think it's like cotton wool. But anyhow, it feels very protective, is that, you know, they want to kind of protect you, and they've got you, and don't worry. So if you're having a tough time, I send you lots of love and light, but there's people in and around you that you know, they've got your back. So what's on your mind? Okay, so we've got the Lover's card. I'm just going to pull clarifier on that. I might just grab a different deck. Let's use tradition. I feel like there's something about, you know, core values for me. Just feels traditional. It's like what's our soul, the root of our soul. What is it we're trying to get beyond? It feels like there's a traditional energy. So this is why I'm going with this deck. Okay, so let's just pull a clarifier on the Lover's card. Okay, so what fell on the floor is the Nine of Cups, so I will take that. What else? Okay, so I feel that this is very much, you had hopes and you had dreams of where this was going. This was, and I say was, and I don't really know why about that. It feels like it's in the past tense. So whether there is something's come to light where you feel like this doesn't happen. Actually, they've split that for me. So this will be both either way. It's either a realization that somebody that you've met, even though there's been difficulties, where you're going is that we can survive this. There's so much good positive energy, and even interestingly of the colors of the people, because what I'm getting is, and this is just all energy, guys, this isn't about masculine or feminine or race or anything like this. It's just like in black and white. It makes me feel like it's this energy. It's like we're different and it doesn't matter. That's the key. It's like we're different, it doesn't matter, we can still come together. It's like whatever the difference is, difference of opinions, difference of thought, difference. You might think spirituality is a load of rubbish. You might vote for one political party and somebody vote for another. You might be of different races. You might be of different color. It just doesn't matter. That's what they're saying. So everything can be made right with the right mindset and with the right heart. On the flip side of that, I feel like if this is about specifically for you, remember this is a general collective reading. If you have had a parting from somebody, I feel like your hopes, your dreams, and where you felt this was going has been dashed, and that you thought that this was like your forever person, and there's something has happened and it's just not going that way. What I do love about the near future is we got the Two of Wands. I love the energy of this card. It's one of my favorite cards. It's like there's a portal of opportunity. You've got this. It's looking forward to something new. You've got the world in your hands. You've got the Two Wands. You can be balanced. What's in the other side of this is the stag. The stag is this great energy. It has learned from the past. It has grown. It has matured. The antlers are about, I'm holding, what Spirit said to me, it's like, I don't know if this is true. This is what they've just given me. It's like I'm holding all my wealth of knowledge, like everything I've known through my life, in my antlers. It's like it's my strength. It's a little bit like it's like, who is it they cut the hair off? I can't think. Anyhow, stick it in the comments. You know who I mean. They cut his hair off and then he was weak. That's the energy that I'm getting. It's like where the stag and what's in the horns. It's like it's their energy. It's the strength of the person. So I feel like whatever's going on, what sits before you and what you're moving into is great energy. And and we're going into Saggy season, and Saggies are the best. For those of you who know, I am a Saggy. And what did we have on the bottom of the deck? We had the sun. You're moving forward to good things. Bottom of the deck for me is like, what's underneath it, or where you're moving to. All right, you might have to get through all this, but that's where you're going through. Okay, so what advice do you need to give yourself to the moment? How are you feeling about this situation? Well, you kind of got a lot on. You're feeling trapped. You're avoiding it. You're looking the other way. You're not really focusing on what you need to focus on. Let's get a clarifier on that as well. How can that help? How can we help you with that? Okay, well, they're actually just showing me feet in the grass, get grounding. Oh, I love this. And we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So let go of the old, let it go. Let go and let God is kind of what I'm hearing with that. In the fact that if it's supposed to come back round, it will. Can't hold on to something tightly, just impossible. So what is it you need to know? It's like focus on you. It's like you're the prize. Look at this beautiful person here. And I say person because it's not gender specific. You're full of love. You're full of hope. You've got great energy. You bring abundance into the situation. Go back and recognize that. If this has been a difficult time, you're moving forward into great things. It's like, but anchor in who you are and this amazing person that you are, because it really is. It's a development, and there are bad times and there are difficulties, but it's like just keep moving through. Keep moving through. Okay, hopes and fears. I love that we've got the Judgment here. I love that. Pluto energy. It's like judgment can be sort of soul contract or your higher self. That is a contract, waking up, rebirth, shifting consciousness, self-evaluation. What do we say about the Taurus energy? The Taurus energy is about who we are, who we are, what we do, who we think of ourselves, what's our core energy, and letting something go, letting the pain go. Reason for the reading, what crosses you at the moment is the pain. Are we going to stick with this? Or are we going to move through this? We're going to let the pain go. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, someone stabbed you in the back. Yes, someone has behaved atrociously. And we are our co-creators. So there's that throat again. See your part in it. See your part in what you needed to learn, why you need to move forward, why you need to focus on yourself, why you need to see who the amazing person you are. You don't need somebody that's hurt you to give you closure. You don't. You can give yourself closure. You don't need to understand why somebody did what they did. They probably don't even know. And if you're in their business all the time, what are they doing? What does that mean? What do they feel? Where are they going? Who's in your business and in your life? So I feel like, you know, this is very much Spirit saying, right, start focusing on you. Start focusing on you. Potential outcome. We've got the King of Cups. This is about a relationship breakdown. Someone else is coming in. Someone else is coming in. You know, there is a match, or there is balance. You know, we've talked a lot about difference of opinions, black and white. There is balance coming in. When we go back to the chakras, what's this energy bringing in? It's bringing in balance. It's bringing in balance with a little bit of rockiness, but that's okay. Surrender to the process, because balance is coming in, whatever that is for you. You know, what I'm getting is total alignment, masculine and feminine energy. For some, that will mean a new relationship. For others, where there is difficulties within a connection, and that doesn't necessarily mean to be romantic, it will be sorted out. It's like the King of Cups is that, you know, he sits on his throne and there are waves crashing into the throne, but he's still okay. He just kind of sits there calm. I'm doing all right. Look at me, sort of thing. It's that little bit of ego energy coming through. Look at me, I'm doing okay. So, you know, I feel that trust the process, you know, even if it's a little bit rocky at the moment. This energy is going to bring up stuff. Hold your horses for next week. Happy birthday to all my lovely Saggies, and let's get a clarifying card. So guys, if this reading resonates with you, all my offerings are at my website, thespiritualwarrior.uk. I've got some lovely courses coming up starting in January 2025. We've got a psychic development course, again, 10 live 90-minute sessions, and then a support group going through the months to help you develop your psychic ability. And as I said, an intuitive tarot course as well. Okay, so what does Spirit want us to know? Intention. What is your intention? Set your intention. The other thing they said to me, and if you want to come spend a week with me in the beautiful location of Tuscany, I've got a retreat that's booked. The retreat is very much about working on yourself through the spiritual aspect. It is not about psychic development. It is about self-development. It's about getting the best out of you. It's about unleashing your blocks. It's about being with like-minded souls. Tuscany is one of the most fantastic places I've been. We also explore, we're going to go to Pisa, San Gimignano. I hope I've said that right. Going to be sampling some of the wine. We're going to be eating together. It's a really nice mix of balance of doing a little bit of self-work, exploring the region, and really stepping into your own power. So with that intention, what else is it we need? Freedom. The freedom to do what feels right for you is what I'm getting. All right, my lovely warriors, I hope that has helped. Come and join me live every Friday on all the channels for live readings and draws as well. And give us a like and follow and a share. And sending so much love and light. Take care.